Hello, and welcome to a rather late bonus action heroes. Thanks for joining us, and apologies for the lateness. So tonight we play potentially the last and final part of our short Vampire the Masquerade story. Yeah, I can feel the dubiousness in that. But yeah, where did we leave off? So the coterie had been investigating a heist at the Rosewood Hotel in Croydon and had uncovered what appears to be a bit of a conspiracy. Something was stolen that had the ability to force a shape changer, be that Kindred or even werewolf, back into their regular form. That seems to have been stolen, and after a thorough investigation, the coterie discovered some links back to Warwickshire, suspecting that it could potentially be an inside job, either Croydon or Warwickshire. They eventually tracked down, with the help of a clue that they found on site, a ticket indicating that Coventry Cathedral was hosting a metal gig on Halloween. They discovered an underground tunnel beneath the cathedral and encountered two Nosferatu, Seren and Nathaniel. Expecting a fight, but realizing quite quickly that the two Nosferatu didn't know why the coterie were there, a slightly tense negotiation went on, and the party discovered that Foul Ron, a prisoner of the Prince of Warwickshire who was supposed to be in deep freeze, seems to have been released. And not only released, but released by an ally of Ava, the Seneschal of Croydon. So a deal was made, some information exchanged hands, and the party made their way to a rather remote ruined chapel, apparently the location of Ron. And this place was strange. It had, despite it being sort of late in autumn, coming close to winter, there was beautiful red blooming flowers and creeping vines everywhere outside. Quite a dreamlike, wonderful scene for all to take in. And it was at that moment, as they were trying to fathom what this place was and what they were seeing, they saw a female stood close to the front of the chapel, stood by a crack in the wall where a piece of the wall has started to fall away. She whispered very quietly, so they could barely hear, that he was killing her. And then with a crack and a crunch, she distorted her bones and disjointed her shoulders and elbows and squeezed through this impossibly thin gap. And that is where we left off. So, coterie, what would you like to do?
Well, with all these lovely flowers scattered around, I think Gerard would like to take a little moment just to briefly pick one of the flowers and put it somewhere in his little coat so it's on display next to his little card.
Sure. Yeah, it's you pick it and it kind of tingles in your hand. It's got this strange energy about it. But in the process, as you're going to put it into your coat, you just see it just start to shrivel and turn black and just rot and fall apart. The petals just drop off.
Well, thematic, I
surprised it's
suppose.
there.
Where is this woman standing?
She's gone. She's
Oh.
squeezed through this crack in the wall.
Oh, she was going in, not coming out.
Yes. Yeah, she's disappeared into the crack in the wall.
We don't have to go in there, right?
If this is where Ron is hiding, we agreed to find him.
Are you scared of spooky churches?
No, I've just seen enough horror movies that is a bad place.
Yeah, it's got a monster in it. Luckily, they're 4 monsters here, so the odds are actually in our favour.
Don't go running up any stairs. Don't lock yourself in a room with no other exits. And you know we're all going to die first, right? And you'll end up running away screaming in some lingerie. Like, I've seen this a million times.
It's pretty much how I went the first time, so...
I will just
Okay.
talk for a second to Brannon and get him to fly up to the top of the chapel and see if he can see down inside if it's ruined.
Sure. Hello, welcome everyone in chat. We've got a few new visitors, so thanks for stopping by. Welcome to the game. Yes, you issue the silent command to Brannon, the Raven, and he just launches off your shoulder and begins to fly up. And although it's the middle of the night, it's getting close to midnight now. The moon is full. The sky is there's starting to be this clouds coming in, but it's quite beautiful and it's quite bright. And you see the Raven's silhouette as he circles the broken tower and just gets the briefest of glance down into the tower. You can't really see what's in the bottom of it, but you can see these vines just the same as outside growing all up the inside of the tower, except the ones inside are shriveled and black and rotten.
Well, whatever this unnatural growth of flora is, it continues inside the chapel. Can I suggest that we don't reveal our hand entirely and perhaps one or two of us stay hidden as we enter?
How will I know that you've not run away?
Haven't yet. Didn't run away when we entered the cathedral.
Well, stay close, because from what they described, this ain't gonna be a diplomatic conversation, I don't think.
Very well. I will be close beside you. I won't leave. You have my word. And I will immediately activate Unseen Passage and Silence of Death, which I believe is a rouse check,
Yes, please.
and disappear.
Whilst you're doing that, did we get a follow?
We did.
We did.
Oh, we get
Thanks
50
so much.
followers!
We are.
Thank you!
You can do
Me
your
too,
nerd
get
quiz
a
now.
quiz!
That means, as one of our lucky followers, you can partake in a nerd quiz that will be played at undetermined date.
Exciting.
Sorry, it was just such a goal. Thank you.
The joy in my life massively increases once a quiz is involved. That's all I need in life.
Also, seeing that the lovely Mr. Barnabas has used Unseen Passage to be somewhat sneaky, Gerard is going to do the same.
Okay.
I can't make myself move silently.
Did I fail? Because I noticed.
So Barnabas, you activate Unseen Passage, but your hunger increases by 1.
I thought I thought it wasn't a failure of the ability, but I couldn't remember what happened.
No, your hunger increases. So yeah, you just feel that gnawing sense of the beast in the back of your mind as you activate your vampiric power. You feel its hunger grow and its presence grow in your mind. So yeah, up ahead you see, first of all you hear these wind chimes, just quite pretty, quite peaceful, just like this place really, and a gently flickering flame just the other side of the broken door to this chapel.
Hero, are you going to disappear as well?
If I wander off by myself now, I'm obviously getting killed. Again, go by the rules of a horror movie. We stick together. We don't run upstairs. We don't go into locked rooms that don't have any exit and then lock ourselves in there. That's how we die. We stay together. We stay visible. And we run when we need to. And with that, he's just going to kind of pop his collar and shuffle up next to Madame and then take one step back.
In his ear, he'll just hear Gerard go, "I love horror movies."
You are a horror movie.
Can I please activate heightened senses before we go in?
Yes, please. Yes, of course. Yeah.
So you said there's a flickering light, as in like candles. Do we think it's going to be like ridiculously dark in there, or do we think it's going to be visible? Like,
The moon is full and is bright. You can see that the top of the spire is gone and is open to the elements, and you can see a number of what were stained glass windows which are empty. So light will definitely get inside. How
there
dark
could
it will
be
be.
some. Okay, I'm gonna activate Eyes of the Beast, just so I can see in the absence of light in case there's any deep shadows that conceal
Sure.
anything. That is a no roll required. So I
It
think
is.
I don't
It
have
is.
to do anything. Cool.
So heightened senses, you don't hear very much, but you do hear this faint female voice. Madame, you hear just gentle crying.
I'm guessing none of us recognise that woman.
No.
Well, for the time being, they're not the person we're after. But if they attack, that's another question. No.
So the doorway is probably 30 meters in front of you. The path is a few meters wide, enough for two abreast, but these vines and flowers are starting to encroach on the path. How are you all approaching?
Slowly and stealthily, as I'm currently invisible. Somewhat.
Same. I'm going to stay a pace behind Hero and Madam, and stay silent and invisible.
Sure.
Hero.
Well,
Hero's going to confidently follow Madam, not invisible, very much there.
okay. Okay. The door was once barred, and the bars themselves are all peeled open, as if they were just made of cardboard. They've just been peeled open, and the door inside one is completely gone, and the other is hanging off the hinges.
Well, if it's open, I'll just... Well... I'll inspect for anything that might give away our entering. If it's open, I assume I can just walk in, but maybe just check for a wire on the floor or... I don't know, a creaky floorboard.
Okay. Yeah, roll awareness. Awareness plus, probably say, well, either intelligence or wits. I'll let you choose.
Thank you because I'm thick as shit.
Okay. The floor is stone, so there doesn't appear to be any wooden boards that might make a noise. The door itself may well creak if you were to knock it. And just like outside, you can see that there's wind chimes inside as well. And they are making it hard for you to hear as, you know, if there is something in there, those wind chimes are definitely going to make it harder to hear.
Are they within reach? Can I grab one and unhook it, or however it's held up?
Yeah.
Then I will take them down.
Okay. The wind chimes outside fall silent, but you can hear some more inside, just very gently blowing in the breeze.
What can I see inside?
So, you look in, and clearly this was once a church, but the pews have long since rotted away. There's a small entrance and then an archway into a larger room. You can see where an altar once was. You can see where the pews were, long rotted away. And more of these vines seem to grow from the walls and the floor and above. And directly in the middle is a piano with vines growing out the top of it. And just like before, there's wind chimes in here, but they're high up on the archways. Some of them hang in the broken stained glass windows. Others hang off branches of dead trees.
For some reason that he can't quite place, Barnabas has this almost overwhelming urge to go and start tinkling the ivories on that piano.
Okay, as you walk up to play the piano, you see on each of the white keys before you play it, someone has placed a single rusty nail on every key.
Stop! Don't make a sound still, and just turn back and stand next to Madam. Not quite sure where that came from.
Well, if I can see, I'll say, I'm glad you didn't play it. There were nails on it.
Not making a sound. So.
There were nails on the ticket. Do we think that means anything?
An odd coincidence if they're on the ticket and they are here. It's not normally something someone just leaves lying around. How long are the nails?
About 9 inches big.
Sorry.
Nice.
Sorry.
Hazel!
That's what I
Go
was.
stand in the corner!
Sorry, I was waiting for there to be a 9-inch nails pun. It was
Of course, there's a
exactly
9 Inch
what I
Nails reference.
wanted. I just didn't
the-
think it would be so
Even
obvious.
in Vampire, the dad jokes just have to persist. It's like our USP.
It's a band.
And
Is it on?
Yeah.
Is it on every key?
On every white key there is a nail, yes.
But nothing on the black keys.
No.
And are they laying on them, or are they kind of like placed so that they're pointing up?
They're not pointing up there. It's literally as if someone has taken a nail and just laid them on each key.
Hmm.
It's quite odd. They're not perfectly symmetrical. They're not placed, with precision. It's just like one has been dropped on each one.
And I look up and see what is above and where they may have dropped from.
There's nothing above that you would think those nails would have come from, and they are only on the keys of this piano.
Is there anything else of note in this room?
Really. Again, it's the same vines and flowers as outside, but in here they're withered and dead and black.
That woman isn't in here,
Can't see her now.
and I still hear her.
Again, there's a lot of wind chimes in here, but if you listen hard with your heightened senses, you just make out this sort of very quiet sniffling, this upset crying.
I want to move in what I hope is her direction.
Weird question, but do we want to announce our presence? Maybe if we ask nicely, he'll come out and talk.
Maybe she can tell us if he's nice.
I think we already know the answer to that question.
Exactly. Maybe he's not home.
Maybe he's waiting to jump out at us.
Then keep your eyes peeled.
Have you ever thought about the saying, keep your eyes peeled? Because it sounds utterly disgusting.
You're very strange. I mean, you're right, it is weird. I guess... Have you ever... Never mind. We've got stuff to do here.
I peeled eyes, yes, I have.
Really? I did not expect that to be the answer. Why? When? Who? What did they do?
It was a long time ago, I can't remember. There was something about stealing an urn.
Who was in the urn? Anyway, we have to revisit this.
Oh, I have plenty of stories.
I'll swap you one of mine for one of yours, but for now...
Which way, my liege?
I will
You can-
walk in her direction.
Okay, you walk to the weirdly you walk to the sound, and after a time suddenly it's behind you and you realise that she's probably below, in a space beneath the chapel floor. But ahead of you, you can see a single door, still intact. It's closed.
No stairs to below in this room.
Not that you can see in here, no.
For what it's worth, I will try pressing my ear against the door before I go to open it.
Okay. Again, you try and zone out the wind chimes. They're quite irritating to your delicate ears, but you can just hear crackling noise, like a rhythmic crackling noise.
I will look around to see if there's any objection, and if there's not, I will open the door.
Okay. The door, quite loud, creaks open, and you see another room filled with vines and what once were beautiful flowers, but they rotted. Moonlight shines through the window. It's kind of beautiful, and inside this room, strangely, is two more pianos. And the crackle you see is a gramophone that has got to the end of the record and is just gently clicking and still running. And just like before, every white key on both of the pianos has a rusty iron nail just placed on it. There is stacks of books and papers and newspapers. Some of them, just at a glance, look like they may be decades old. It is just a treasure trove of music score, old books, old newspapers, and a stack of very old records.
Any other doors? Or stairs?
Not that you can see.
Well, firstly, I want to walk over to the gramophone and pick up the needle so it stops doing that.
Okay. Deathly silent in here.
I take a quick look around whilst I'm tucked away in a corner, somewhat unseen, and see if I can spot anything out of the ordinary.
Sure. Roll awareness plus intelligence, please.
Ooh. Ba-ba. 1.
The place is a mess. It's covered in dirt. But the beast in you is excited for all of this information, for all of this knowledge, all of these records, all of this beautiful, beautiful information. That suddenly becomes your primary goal, your primary drive, as the beast is so keen to rummage through all of this treasure.
I'll get distracted for a moment and start, without trying to touch anything and disturb anything, trying to look through all the names of the books and kind of gently flick through some of the records.
Okay, they just seem to be works of fiction, biographies. All of them are quite old and vintage, not very well looked after. They've got that sort of musty book smell. Some of them are starting to rot and fall apart. But by far the biggest collection is music score. It's just stacks and stacks of it.
We see Gerard at this point.
Gerard would probably appear at that moment because he's forgotten himself a little bit and just bestial failure. He's came out and started looking at these books. So yeah, you would see him suddenly just appear from behind one of the pianos with this look of wonder on his face.
Gerard, I know that this person seems to have your aesthetic, but I would like to remind you that they are probably not your new best friend.
Oh, I'm fully aware of that. I'm just appreciating the opportunity to look through old literature, music. You don't find a lot of it living in a sewer in Croydon.
And have we learnt anything about them from it? Oh, sorry.
No, you just suddenly realise the gramophone started to play.
What's it playing?
Smooth jazz.
Yeah, it sounds like some kind of jazz. Maybe 1920s. You would recognise it, madame.
That is the sign to leave. Nothing good happens when smooth jazz is playing.
Well, I moved the needle, so someone moved it back. Ron? Could we speak, please?
Just met with silence.
Is
Is there anything moving in the shadows, or what would be the shadows? Is there any, even if it's just like a flicker?
Roll awareness. Yeah, how are you looking for movement?
Yeah, any kind of life. So
Yeah, give me awareness plus intelligence or wits.
Did I do the same? As
Yeah,
I'm
please,
looking
but
to
just-
speak to him.
Are you just tell me whether you're listening, looking.
oh,
Do I get anything extra for having my heightened senses up?
Your unseen senses. Yeah, I believe. Well, if you're going to spot someone that is in unseen passage, then yeah, you pretty much need that. I think you get an extra dice.
I think I do. Let me.
I had
Yes.
Eyes of the Beast for darkness, whether that means anything.
So it's
That's their all specs rating.
yeah. So you get one. Okay. You catch a glimpse of the music is strangely cheerful for this creepy situation. Hero, this is like all the talk of horror movies. You've got yourself frightened. The beast is screaming for you to run, for you to flee, for you to get out of this place. It's convinced that an ambush is about to happen. This is going to happen any second. Madame, you just catch the briefest glimpse of something move up in an arch in the ceiling, and you really try to spot what it was, but you can't see anyone. But you think there might be someone there.
I am going to walk over to the gramophone, remove the needle again so that it stops playing, and say upwards. Talk first, music after. Like really school teachery.
You see this, the moonlight suddenly brightens through the window, and you just see two yellow points of light up in this dark shadow, the archway in the roof. And you just see the eyes move very slightly, and this shape just drops probably about 40 feet and just lands hunched, bald head, these sort of. Now the light is fully on them. The eyes are red, quite blood red, in fact. I'll show you a picture. He's a looker, and he just stands and like flexes and stretches. Looks quite relaxed. You can see on his hands that he has claws that are probably 2 or 3 inches long. He's got quite a formal looking jacket, and where most people would keep pens in their pocket, you just see these iron nails all lined up in a row. Well,
Thank you for making an appearance. We're here because we believe you have something that we want.
what is it you want?
I think they're calling it the Finger of Ossibus.
Close. What will you trade for it?
What do you desire?
I don't. That's your problem. I suggest you leave now while you still can.
Hero walk over and pick up some of the records off the piano, and he's just going to start kind of taking them out the sleeve, looking at them, placing them haphazardly.
Hmm.
Just
You think those are mine, do you?
just interested in them.
But you were so keen to have the music playing.
I didn't play that. She played that.
And who is she?
Just some witless changeling or some such. Enough nails about the place, you'll learn it's not hers anymore. This isn't a fight you want. Trust me.
We absolutely do not want a fight. We would like to trade if possible. Now everyone wants something. Can I turn on entrancement? And I'm really hoping the people in the shadows are doing things.
Well, I'm not in the shadows anymore. I'm thumbing through old music scores and
Are you still looking at that?
While they were doing all that,
Entrancement. Sorry.
when you resolved this, I'm right now looking around the room to see if I can find something to perhaps tie up Falron or something
Looking for what? Sorry.
something that could be used to tie him up. Something that could be used
Got a stake. You've got a stake.
or a piece of wood. Yeah.
I gave you a stake.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'd forgot that. Well, in that case, I'll work my way behind Falron.
Okay.
Hero's been messing with the things. He'll have tried to kind of like move further away from Madame, so they should hopefully end up at different points surrounding Ron.
Okay.
Can I burn a willpower?
Sure.
I know it's only for one.
We have to. I think you have to roll 3 if you burn a willpower.
Oh, okay, it's not worth it.
You can't roll hunger dice.
Just
Don't move, or I will take your head off, little man. I just
Is he
want to be
talking-
free. I am talking to you, yes.
Oh, me. Okay, I'll stand still then.
I just want to be free. So if you'll just jog on, I'll get
You've
on
just
with...
told me to stand still. Now you're telling me to jog? Like, make your mind up, mate.
Is that all Ava gave you to get this item? She freed you?
She got me out, yes. But the item's mine. The deal was I just stopped Markov getting it, and Markov hasn't got it. So...
What would you need it for, if you don't mind me asking?
I have a friend who will pay a great deal of information for it. A great deal.
Everyone's so desperate for a good fingering.
there's hardly the time here.
Legitimate question.
So there is something you want.
Well, maybe.
Pretty much just said money.
I didn't mention money.
Said
got someone who-
information.
Information. Nah. Potato, potato.
What information are you looking for?
What have you got?
Hmm.
It's difficult to know what to offer you, Ron, when we don't know what your interests are besides being free. And
Well, if you want
are
the
you?
finger, no, I'm not free. But if you each of you owes me a boon, I'll give you the finger. I know how that sounds.
It's
It's
so
not how it's meant.
tempting. What if we could use the finger to bargain for you to be actually free?
It's not going to
Markov doesn't
happen.
want you to be, and this is his domain. He'll find you eventually.
Markov doesn't like anyone who knows more than him. I didn't get this old by not playing the game. Why do you think he froze me and didn't kill me?
Well, his story of events was that you were rather feral.
Do I not seem quite civilized?
Well, you seem rather civilized. If you were feral, you would have killed us already.
I'm still willing to, if you push me. And trust me, I can.
You have clearly burned bridges with Markov, but what if you could be truly free somewhere else? Croydon, perhaps?
Go on.
We are owed a boon if we can get this to the prince. If you can deliver it yourself, well, that boon would be yours, I suppose.
It's not going to work.
Croydon doesn't have all of these old-fashioned ideas about technology. It's much easier to garner information there. A lot more profitability for you, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't think Croydon's quite as safe as you think it is.
That's some of that knowledge that you have, I suppose.
Well, I know what your prince is doing, or what your prince got in exchange, but it's kind of tenuous. It's kind of reliant on your, No, I've said too much already. It's a paper bridge. 2 parts, and if one part goes, Croydon's fall will be quick and painful.
Or you could help to stop that and at the same time not be hunted like an animal by your prince here in Warwickshire.
Like I say, I'm listening. If you're willing to say I'm dead, we could make a deal.
Are you very good at staying dead, Ron?
Been dead for 400 years, I'm sure I'll do quite fine.
There are plenty of places for you to hide as well. Some of them might require you to cross some amount of water, perhaps the channel or something. Take it from me, if you went and lived in the Parisian catacombs, nobody would ever find you, no matter how big of a server farm you built, for your information collection.
I mean, I'd much rather Croydon help me get rid of Markov. If he wasn't Prince, then I would be.
Isn't he a part of the deal of what keeps Croydon safe?
Yeah, but I might know something about that.
Yeah, everyone talks around the truth because knowledge is power, but it really makes conversations like this very difficult.
If you don't want to treat, then we'll just do it the hard way, shall we?
Not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, can we be open and then we can come to some sort of agreement more readily than this stance that we're doing right now?
You really don't understand how the currency of Nosferatu works, do you? Information is all that makes me valuable. It's all that makes him valuable. If I just give it away for free, the whole economy falls. I have no worth. I have no safe way out. I have no sanctuary.
It looks to me like you also have value in your ability to hide in the shadows and take things.
Yeah,
So, information isn't everything.
if you tell Markov I'm dust, I might tell you where the finger is.
You might. And how do you know that we will go do that? Because we can't go back empty-handed.
That's the problem, isn't it?
There are also other people who know that you're around, aren't there?
Yeah.
Other people who might draw a bit more interest to you. Ava, for example.
Ava doesn't know where I am.
She managed to get you on side in the first place. She might know more than you're giving her credit for.
I've spent 10 years as a block of ice with that Tremere bastard chipping bits off me. So yeah, it didn't take much. Persuade me to help her. That Bruja revived me and then gave me the options. What would you have done? Hey?
Wouldn't have gotten into that situation in the first place.
Yet you're in this one. If this kicks off, you're first.
As expected.
Oh,
I've worked my way around, trying to work my way behind him. If I can do. I'm stood behind him with the stake held poised, ready to plunge into its back, roughly where I think his heart might be.
Unseen presence. Okay.
The unseen passage and silence of death active.
Okay. Yeah. He's quite close to the wall. You can get pretty close to him with all the vines and dead plants, shelving, stacks of books. You can get quite close to him.
I'll get as close
Be
as
hard.
I can then.
It'd be hard to get behind him.
Okay, I'll get as close as I can to him, just be ready to plunge at him with the stake as best I can if it kicks off.
Okay.
I'll be listening, learning as much as I can, noting it all down, perhaps to sell later.
You said you'd trade the finger bone for a boon from each of us. What kind of thing would you be asking?
Just a boon, you know. Open-ended. A favour for a favour. Just a minor one. You know, a bit of inside information. Whereabouts of certain people. Whereabouts of certain things.
Don't like open-ended deals.
Have you not been a kindred long? That's how it works.
Oh no, I just don't owe fame. Look, we need to leave here with this finger. How do you want us to tell Markov that you're dead? Do you want us to call him up right now? Or do you just... How do you trust that we go back and tell him?
Yeah, call him up now.
Alright.
Do you have a mobile phone we can use?
I do. I'd like to take a point, though. Markov is still rather convinced that Ron is on ice. I'm not sure he's aware that he's actually free yet. Why is everybody just staring at me?
Was that said in front of Rod?
I assume so.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to clock that. I mean, I could be wrong, but
You get to be the one who tells him.
That you are no longer frozen, but we've killed you again.
Yeah, you staked me and my head came off and I'm so old I just turned to dust. Just a skeleton. There's some outside. I'm sure you can go find one.
will it have the right teeth?
Probably not.
I know I don't think any of us have... I'm not saying this out loud. I don't think any of us have Markov's number.
He is at the Rosewood. He's still at the Rosewood, if you remember.
We could contact Z.
That's what I want to... Can I hand my phone to Hero and say...
Do you have your phone? Which we were not supposed to travel with?
I mean, it's off, but now it's on.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'll ask Matt if I could do this. Can I look at, like, find my own contacts? If I've saved, it might save them like emojis. So I
You would
don't write
you would
print
recognise
a
names,
crown
I
emoji.
think. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think your phone's too old for emojis, but you,
Yeah, I
you
make
would
them out of symbols.
You would know the names. Yeah, you would know the names. No problem.
Okay, I am going to call Z.
Okay. it rings once, and
Before they answer, I just want to go, Markov?
What about him? He's still at the Rosewood, as far as I'm aware.
Oh my god, I hate everyone I work.
Have you sorted it, madame? Have you sorted it?
Yeah. He's it was Markov's old friend Ron, but Ron is dead.
Right.
Would you let
So
Markov
you've
know?
right. You want me to let him know? You've got the finger bone.
We're looking for it.
Right. You realise I've got till tomorrow, and I don't know what is going to happen. It's a blood contract. I
What
need
about
that finger, madame. Seriously. I will owe you a boon. All of you.
And I look at Ron and see, like, nod. Like, is that...
Roll a... Let's have a look. I think it's a bit of deception, isn't it? So, subterfuge plus what? Manipulation?
But I'm so good at that, she said before failing. Now can I burn a willpower?
Yes.
Oh, good lord.
That's not good for that many dice.
So a superficial in willpower, yeah, and then roll 3. Where? I don't know how to roll 3 dice.
Just roll something that's got a 3 on it. That'll be fine. So like,
Okay.
we'll take the
Why
first
does it?
3.
It wants me to add things to it.
I'm just going to just roll something else, and I'll take the first 3 dice.
Oh, question.
Yeah,
I've forgotten how specialisms work, but I have a specialism in subterfuge.
you get an extra
Does
dice.
that this? I get an extra dice.
You get
That's
an
nice
extra.
to
Well,
know.
what's the specialism?
It's specialty, deception, skill, subterfuge.
Extra. You get an extra dice. Yeah.
So we're looking at the first 4, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I hope. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know how you're working this out.
He sort of looks at you, narrows his eyes. You see these blood red eyes. It's almost like he's got no whites, and just the tiny black pupil in the center. And he narrows them. Okay. Okay. Go wait outside, and I'll bring it to you.
I haven't hung up the call to Z.
Okay. Yeah. You
So
can
they
hear
that. Oh fuck! They're gonna keep talking, aren't they? Like a twat.
Madame, what's going on? Who's that?
Even on old phones, you used to be able to mute calls. So if it's not going all the way back to a Nokia 3310, you should be okay.
You need to know what you're doing for that.
In the background, when we hear Z go, "Who's that?" I'll be like, Gerard will pipe up and go, "It's me. Shut up, Z. We're busy looking for this pink bone of yours."
I don't think you would hear Z unless you've got heightened senses.
We'll be back soon. And then I hang up.
Okay. He's kind of like, you just see him, he's kind of clicking his claws together. It's like, tick, 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 tick.
I do
And
that sometimes.
It's quite loud. See him sort of reach forward. There's an old bookshelf in front of him, and he just puts a claw in the wood and just drags it, and you just see this huge gouge appear.
Now, I'm not very good at this, but I would like to say insight check.
Insight check what?
Well, he
Well-
said, go wait outside and I'll bring it to you.
Yeah, roll insight plus probably wits or intelligence, I would say.
I'm going to go for wits because my insight is non-existent.
You don't think he bought it?
What guarantee do we have that you'll actually bring it to us rather than just jogging on, as you said to Hero earlier?
What guarantee do I have that that was Markov? Hey,
Look, I am sick of these games. We just
Okay,
want
let's
the
do
thing
it.
back. That's not what I meant. A blood bond. Then you know you can trust, well, me. Then we can leave with what we came for.
You're gonna stay here for 3 nights, are you?
If that's what it takes to save Croydon. And you do have good music.
That's
Or
not
she
mine.
does.
Yeah, well, she'll be gone soon. So I've got enough of these nails around the place, she'll be long gone.
Maybe I can help with that.
Yeah. A blood bond. Okay. I could do that.
Well, I'll look at him.
He'll get one of his claws and like stick it in his wrist and just you just see it start to ooze. He holds it out.
I love you, madam. Please don't die. I'm gonna go in as if
First.
to. Okay.
Yeah. First dose.
Oh no, I'm not gonna drink it. I'm gonna
I
go
didn't
in,
think you were.
and then I'm gonna go to bite him to hurt him.
Okay. Okay.
There will
Hope
be
the others move.
there will be a moment where Gerard will go, I will willingly take the oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as Barnabas clocks what she's doing, he will dive in with the stake.
Okay. Right. What? So Gerard and Hero, what are you doing? So you don't know where Barnabas is, but he is quite close. Madame comes in close as if she's gonna drink the blood. So you know where she is. You two are a bit further off. What do you want to do?
Hero's thinking more about if this is about to go down, what is Ron going to do? So he's going to set himself up to either grab him to stop him running away or to kind of catch him if he tries to attack Madam. So he's thinking more kind of like stopping him than actually attacking him at this point. So he's kind of defensive.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
Gerard, he has the lethal body feature, which doesn't affect other kindred, I believe. But assumably that means he has like some kinds of claws of his own. So he'll, the moment he sees a lot of this,
No, lethal body is not claws. No, lethal
Oh.
body is just strength,
Oh, okay.
effectively.
Well, I'll still rush over if it looks like things are about to pop off, ready to punch Ron in the face.
Pretty much anyone should have started this but me.
Yeah, I like it. Okay.
I'm not speedy, Davy. I didn't
Here we
take
go.
celerity.
Leverage your speed. You didn't take celerity. Oh, yeah.
We're all screwed.
So I know this is the first time you guys have done combat. It's the first time I've done it in a while, but effectively how it works. So there's no real initiative like there is in get ready. It's going down. So how you do it is you have anyone that's engaged in melee goes first. So anyone that's in physical combat. So for me that'll be Madame, Ron, and Barnabas. Then it's only ranged combat, so shooting, throwing things, and then it's anyone who wants to engage. So that's a bit further off that wants to come in. So we can divvy it up if you like. So you just tell me what kind of attack you want to do. So how it works effectively is, so there'll be two of you initially attacking him. So he will defend as normal, but then for each person after that, he reduces a dice on his defense, if that makes sense. So I think that's right, Davey. I'm sure Davey will confirm if that's the case. So yeah, anything that's thrown will be sort of dexterity plus athletics. So throwing a knife. Guns tend to be composure plus firearms, or if it's speed based, like a shootout, it's dexterity plus firearms. So that's all you really need to know.
Am I right in thinking I need to roll strength plus brawl to bite him?
You do, yes.
Quick reminder: difference between melee and brawl.
Melee is weapons. Brawl is bare hands.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh dear, bestial failure. So you lunge at him to bite, and the beast is annoyed that this creature has just drawn it out. So you are angry. You are annoyed. You want to rip his throat out now. So that's 3 successes. So he beats you by 2, which is 2 points of damage. Superficial damage, but damage. So just mark 2 off your health. As you go to bite him, you lunge forward with holding his arm out, and he just brings his hand up with these huge, horrendous-looking claws and just rakes it up your chest and underneath your chin, and you just feel your own blood just spray as he catches you under the throat, and he just kind of goes, "Ha ha!" Barnabas, do you want to do the same?
So yeah, I would have waited till I clocked what Madam was doing before I lunged. So as soon as I realised that what she was doing was going to attack him, I would start lunging in. And I think with Unseen Passage, it stays there till I'm revealed somehow. So I'm imagining that as I'm lunging in, that would happen. I would suddenly appear lunging in with a stake. Lunging in towards as best as I can to try and stake him in the heart. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Sure. So I think that will probably give you. So what does it say on your unseen presence? So you've basically lunged at him to attack him. So it will say.
So it says, with this power, the vampire can now move around while staying hidden. The user is functionally invisible per the usual obfuscate limitations. As long as the user emits no overpowering odours and no sound louder than a whisper, this power automatically works. Only if the observer has their attention drawn to the user can they make a detection roll. So, or if you have Sense the Unseen or Specs 1, you can also detect the hidden vampire, as per the obfuscate rules. The user cannot use this power to disappear while being actively observed. It automatically fails in such a case, and it lasts the scene or until detection. So imagining that, my imagination, I'd be obvious as I lunge in. I'd just appear because I'm no longer. His threat. I'm imagining that when someone threatens something like that, it becomes obvious that they're there. So.
Sure. So stake. So you're trying to stake him.
Yeah, I'm going to try and stake him. I don't know how easy that is. I'm not very it's a very melee.
I think all I'll say is I think staking adds +2 to the difficulty and doesn't do any damage. Sorry, I should have. Unfortunately, I meant to prepare for this. Yeah, so because it's a cold shot, effectively, it's you get -2, I think, on the damage.
Okay.
But
That's
you do need, I think.
I'm trying to put him to sleep.
You need 7. You do need pretty much 7 successes, just to warn you. I think, if I'm getting that right, I'm sure Davey will correct me if I'm wrong. It is very hard, not impossible. And I will give you an adjustment for the surprise.
That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I wanted to try and do. I'm not going to change my mind now. I'll do it.
Yeah, go for it then. So,
how do I? It's a brawl.
I suppose it's. I think it's melee.
Okay.
I think.
Can I use dexterity?
Melee plus. Yeah, you can use dexterity plus melee. Yeah, because it's a small weapon. If it was a big weapon, you would use strength plus melee.
Well, I'm definitely not going to get 7 successes with 3 dice.
I see. 5 plus damage. Okay. 2 successes. Okay. He's going to try and dodge out the way. Well, doesn't necessarily see it till it's too late. Yeah, you lunge at him and you go to. He doesn't strike you back because he wasn't expecting you, but you go, and as you sort of appear, and everyone would see you appear, you're about to stake him. He just catches you out the corner of his eye, and just bats the stake away. Yeah, stakes at melee. So next up, we've got Hero and Gerard. What would you like to do?
Hero can go first.
Okay. So I said I was going to be kind of defensive at this point, but considering what's going on, I'm going to try and get in there. I'm imagining that I'm kind of off to the side with the arm that attacked
Yeah.
Madam, which might also be the one that has now hit the stake because it was up and around. So I'm going to try and I don't know how much I can do. So I want to try and get that arm into a lock. And then with my other arm, can I like force my elbow up into his chin so it opens up, like it leaves the throat exposed? So I'm not trying to hurt him so much as like get him into a position.
You can try. Yeah. So he's already had one dice removed, and now he'll have another removed because it's the third person that's attacking him.
Okay. And I would say for this, brawl and dex.
Sure. I mean, brawl generally is.
It's because it's
Sorry-
kind of
sorry,
attacking.
folks.
It's just a controlled attack.
Yeah, let me just check what's the rules say. Sorry,
It's okay, but
I'm
I
still-
also don't know this.
I'm still new to the combat.
We're all new, Matthew. We're going to give you the time.
I know. Dexterity plus athletics is for dodging and search.
It's the
think it's-
same number of dots
think
for me for athletics and brawl. So
Okay, well that's for dodging, so you don't want to do that. But no, I think brawl is strength plus brawl.
strength plus brawl.
But yeah, you could argue with his training. Yeah, I'll let you use Dex. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
And obviously, as he sees you running in, he sort of gets ready to defend himself with his claws. Okay. So that's 1, 2, minus 2. Yeah, you beat him by 1, so you do manage to get him in this weird arm lock. You just lock it in. Just you feel one of his joints pop a little bit.
Loosey goosey.
You've hurt him a little bit. You hear him let out a grunt, but he still seems good.
But he has
Gerard.
now hopefully got his throat exposed.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit will do. Thank you.
Gerard?
Gerard's going to jump in and with his little knuckle dusters, that he's not that they're going to make any fucking difference. He's going to crack Ron in the side of the head.
Okay. Sure.
So brawl plus strength.
Brawl plus strength.
Well, that's not ideal.
It's not.
Can I burn a willpower, or is it too late for that now?
You can burn a willpower to reroll 3. Yeah. Sorry. So you got one more success.
Yeah.
Which means it's a draw. So yeah, you come in, but he sort of manages to block you, and unfortunately, there's no damage. But there's no damage to you either.
Hooray!
It's close. He's kind of in this weird arm lock with Hero, but still manages to bat you off. He is quite strong. Right, so back to the top of the round, Madame.
explain staking to me again? Sorry. I want us to work
You
out
have to
whether
do
it's worth it.
to use a stake. You have to do 5 or more damage.
So
if
that's not
if you
just getting what he gets, it's what's left over.
you've got to beat him by 5. Yeah, it's quite
Yeah.
hard. I mean, if you
And
want to go in
doing
a
it,
different,
continuing to get his health down doesn't impact that at all.
no.
Okay. What happens if he gets to? Oh, it's never going to happen. But
If he gets to 0, he goes into torpor.
we'll take the long way round. My nail rings, do they count as like brass knuckles but slashing?
Yeah.
Can I do that? And can
Yep.
I, because I am not strong enough, I'm ready to... Is it worth... Can you call that you want to do a blood surge after you've seen the result?
I think you need to call a blood surge before.
I'm calling a blood surge then.
Think. Yeah. Okay.
What would you like me to roll? What do I add
Rouse
to it?
rouse check first.
Rouse check first.
What's a blood surge?
Yeah, got to call it before. I thought that was right.
That's not rolled, is it?
Okay. Your hunger does not increase, but you can add 1 dice. I think you can add 1 dice to you. It says success there.
Oh, I can't see anything.
Oh, you get +2 dice to when you roll. Okay. So +2 dice to your.
Sorry. What is it again? Strength and brawl or
Strength and brawl? Yeah.
+2?
Yeah.
Come on, dice lads.
Hot damn.
What happened there?
You go to slash him with these clawed rings that you've got, and you just see him sort of go, and his face goes completely feral, his fangs extend, and as you go for him, he sort of manages to get his arm free of Hero a little bit and just rakes. He just looks like a complete monster, and unfortunately that is two damage to you. Superficial.
Okay.
And as he hits you, the strength behind that arm is just insane.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I'm still thinking in D&D terms, the 6 seconds per round.
But yeah, it's more vague. It's more vague in this.
Can I just shout out, lady with the lovely taste in music, if you want this place to be yours, we could use your help.
Okay, good call. Barnabas.
Well, realising that I'm absolutely outclassed, I'm going to sort of turn and duck out of combat range with him if I can, and go over to the pianos, and I'm going to scrape the iron nails off the piano keys and just say out loud, "Come on, changeling, help us. We'll rid you of him if you'll help us out." And then start scraping all the iron off all the pianos and everything.
Okay.
And I'll have Brannon help if I can.
And then you're going to play on the piano Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting.
Yeah. I haven't got that. I wish I had that now. I wish I had that. Brilliant. Are you doing any attacks or anything?
That's it. I'm trying to get rid of as much of the iron as I can and trying to encourage the changing to help us.
Okay. Okay. Hero.
So he's got his
Silence
arm.
moment.
He's got his arm kind of free, but
Yeah.
I've still got hold of him.
You have got hold of him, but he is incredibly strong.
Okay. Can I kind of grab the side of his head, swing my leg back behind his, hook it round the back of his, and then try and force him to the floor? Like, hopefully smashing his head against the floor in doing so.
Yeah. Yeah, go for it.
So that will be brawl with strength. Because that is more
It
just
will.
a straight up attack.
It will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if he can dodge it.
It upsets me that I.
Yeah, that's too many dice.
Oh,
I was thinking that's a lot of dice.
Oh no, it's not. It's the right number of dice. He is quite old. So yeah, again. Oh, hero. I didn't notice that was a messy critical. Yeah, absolutely. So that counts as 4 successes because you got a critical. So 2 of those with that's a messy critical. So each pair counts as 2. So you've got 4 successes. So you actually equal him there. So I think that probably means that no damage is done, but you definitely the hero is quite cheeky and quite flippant, but the beast starts to come out. Have you got any inkling how you would like that to present itself? But he is strong and he's got these huge claws, but you kind of almost beat him back and start to push him down, but don't quite do any damage.
I just think that Hero's not smiling anymore. There's the glimmer in his eye is gone, and he just looks like he is made of stone. Like any of the joy and charisma that is normally his shield, he's fucked off. So he just quickly arm is like that. Suddenly he's grabbed the side of his head,
Yeah,
forcing him down, just stone faced.
nice. Gerard.
I'm just going to punch him in the face again.
Oh really? Go for it.
I'm not an exciting person. Ow. For the sake of it, can I also use the blood surge to punch him in the face?
Yeah, roll a rouse check, please.
Fine.
Okay.
So I just put 2 in modifier then to add 2 dice.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know how that would work. So
Okay.
I'm going to use the willpower again.
No, you don't need to. You've beat him.
Oh, okay.
And because you're using knuckle dusters, it adds 2 to the damage. So actually, yeah,
Oh.
you as Hero starts to force him down onto the floor. And unfortunately, Hero doesn't damage him, but it just gives you the opportunity. Just imagine Gerard just running in and just be like across the face. You just see him he flicks his eyes on you, his red eyes, and just snarls. And he looks completely bestial now. Completely bestial. You see a little very thin bead of blood just running down his cheek, thick vampiric blood.
Bonjour.
Okay. You hear like a cracking and a clicking from the walls, but don't see anything just yet. Ron is gonna try and stand and slash out with the claws as he tries to force his way back up. He's just sort of wildly flailing like a beast. A hero. So give strength plus brawl, or I will let you use dexterity if you prefer.
Is this to dodge him?
Well, like, you know, if you beat him, then you'll do damage to him.
And he won't get up.
Because it's like 1 versus 1, if you like, and then everyone else gets an attack as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I didn't do very well.
So that's 2 damage. As he again, it's just crazy flailing, but these claws are so long, it just catches you across the face and across the arm. How's everyone looking?
All superficial.
Currently unscathed.
Mm.
I'm not completely sure how health works, so we'll find out. But at the moment, just 2 damage.
So it's just superficial with 1 slash, but once you get to the top and start
You start going back.
again, it becomes aggravated then.
Okay.
And then once it's all full of crosses, you're in torpor.
Okay.
But you're only dead if someone cuts your head off, basically, or burns you, or does something particularly mean. Okay. Madame?
Is he what? Where is he at the moment? Is he still sort of halfway to the floor?
Well, the way I picture it is Hero was trying to force him down to the ground, and he's just kind of, again, he's so strong. He's just stood up and started flailing with these claws. So Hero's probably partially like on him, thrown back a little, taken a few wounds as he goes clear. But yeah, he's still stood quite close to the wall by the window.
Is there such a thing as a sort of help action?
I think so. I just think if you help, you just give that person an extra dice. But likewise, the fact that you're all attacking him, he loses a dice for each extra person that attacks him each round. So
Okay, right. Then doesn't
so
make
he's
sense.
already fought Hero, so the next person is going to be a -1 for him, and then the next person a -1. This is why Gerard got him a proper clock across the face, I think.
Okay. I want
Hero
to.
Hero has also got his leg hooked at the moment, so if you took out his other leg, he would be down. If that works. I don't know. I doubt you're going to want to do that, but just in case. There is also a gun in Hero's waistband.
Oh, I did wonder if you were going to shoot him, but
Whilst the other attacks are going on, I remove this choker, which I keep on me as a garrote, and will
Okay.
attempt to get behind him and strangle him. Could I rouse the blood again?
you can roll a rouse check.
How many times can we blood surge?
Every turn you can rouse check, but obviously you risk getting hungry. Okay, your hunger does not increase. Jammy.
Strength plus brawl plus 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just want a critical success. Come on. I feel like I'm going to want to burn a willpower to roll more dice. Those dice again.
Okay. Well, let me see. Let's see what I roll first.
Yeah, let's see. All the props are thought out.
What's that?
All the props are thought out.
Oh, hang on. That should be -2. Yeah, no, you beat him.
It would have been nice to do more damage, but at least I've not got hit.
Using your brass knuckles, so you do an extra 2, so that's
I was
3
using
damage.
my garrote, so does that
Oh,
count?
your garrote. I'll give you an extra 1 for the garrote.
I'll start to slice through his throat because it's
Yeah,
actually quite sharp.
You just see this red line start to appear, and he reaches up with the claws trying to break it.
If he breaks my necklace. If he breaks my necklace, make me roll a rouse check.
Yeah. We'll do a frenzy check. Barnabas, Gerard, what would you like to do?
Well, as I've scraped those nails off the piano, I'll turn around and run back towards him. As I'm running, I'll grab a handful of just crap and detritus off the floor and just throw it in his face to try and stop his
Okay.
trying to make it harder for him to see, like pocket sand.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Okay. Give me a... Ooh, that's a tough one. Kind of dirty. Kind of... I don't know, what do you think? Brawl plus Dex, I would say.
Brawl plus Dex, yeah. I'm realising the inadequacy of the character I created. There's absolutely no practical abilities to help in this situation, so I'm trying to get creative.
Use your impractical ones. Yeah. Fighting dirty.
Exactly.
Okay, it's good. It's good.
Why are they
So
all
hang on.
hybridized?
So he's already fought. He's fought with.
Have any abilities?
He's
worthy of
fought with
things like
Hero. Madame's attacked him. Gerard's not attacked him yet, right?
Nope, but I'm about
Heroes-
to.
And Hero's not attacked this round, has he?
Well, when you're fighting with them, it's like a contested roll. So if you'd
Okay,
have
so I
beat
don't
him,
get an attack.
well, that was contested, so he was focused on you.
Okay.
But we'll start with you on the next turn. 2 successes, 2 successes. You do manage to throw this dirt in his face, and he just kind of blinks it off and swings at you with these huge claws, but it's just an impasse. Neither of you get the upper hand. Gerard.
Gerard will probably grab one of his hands to pull his claw away from trying to save himself from being garroted by Madame, and then take the window of opportunity to try and punch him around the eye, see if he can like bust up the socket and
Punch him around the eye.
in the
Yep.
eye area. And I'm going to blood surge too, because why not? But I failed.
Hunger increases by 1.
Very well. That's fine with me. And then I still get the modifier.
Yep.
Good. I'm going to... No, I guess I don't have to.
No.
So the successes that you get don't help determine the damage.
Well,
That
they
would be
do,
2
but
damage, right?
but weapons add damage, so that would be 2 damage. But I think brass knuckles add 2.
So could I burn a willpower to re-roll the 3 that failed, and then potentially do more damage?
If you really
I
want.
was going to ask that on my...
Okay, yeah, I will do that. So I will roll the same thing again. Oh, I only rolled 2 for some reason.
Yeah, you can't roll hunger dice. You can only roll. I think it's because you rolled it again. I'm not sure exactly how you. I think if you. Oh, hang on. Sorry, ignore that. I don't actually know. Spend all willpower, roll all of the blood surges. Yeah.
Oh, I can just roll.
Can you roll them individually?
Well, that's
It's
3
the
successes.
one bit I haven't worked out. Okay, yeah, 3 successes. Yep, no problem. Yeah, he's looking bad now. You punch him across. You punch him again. The others are kind of what you're just kind of dancing back, and as the others are getting right in, and literally you've got Hero sort of hanging off the back of him. You've got Madame trying to garrote him. Barnabas just throwing mud in his face. You're just waiting for the moment, and then when he looks like his guard's down, you just like sucker punching him. But back to top of the round. What would you like to do, Hero?
So I've kind of got him by face. Madame's behind him, garrotting him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't shoot him because I might shoot through him, but I will let go of him with one hand, reach behind, grab the pistol, but I want to pistol whip him.
Oh, you're not going to shoot him. You
So
wanted to smack him with it.
No, because if I shoot him, there's a good chance I'll hit Madam, and
Can't
I
you
need my
just, like,
allies right now.
Can't you just like move to one side and then shoot to the side of him?
Yeah,
Like go
can
through
I?
the temple.
Except there are 4 people surrounding him. Do I need to talk to you all about gun safety? I'm not shooting him.
Gun safety right now.
But so that's melee with melee with, because it's a
Yeah,
weapon,
melee with
so it's
dex to
strength.
hit. Yeah. It's a
Okay,
light weapon.
And I have melee as a speciality, so I get to add a dice.
You do.
Does that go in modifier? Or is that just one in a modifier?
It's
Just special melee.
just put 1 in modifier. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
then
Brass
dex.
knuckles are +1, not +2. We'll just adjust his health slightly.
Just 1 success. I didn't do
1
very well.
success. Well, he's not going to be very good at dodging now because everyone's been pummeling him.
Or does it just keep going? It doesn't renew at the top of the round.
So you got 2 successes.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So yeah, you clout him with the gun, but it's like hitting a stone. It just kind of, it's almost like he doesn't feel it. I mean, he's bloody. His throat, he's got a split across his throat. He's looking like a wounded animal, but he just seems to be getting more ferocious. What does everyone else want to do? Because he is going to reach back and try and grab Madame's hair. Just flip her over his back.
They always do that. Why do they always go for the hair?
That's probably why in the art your hair's so crazy.
Were you giving us an option to react to that? Is that what you're saying?
No successes.
Yeah, do I get to...
Yeah, strength plus brawl, please. Yeah, Davey, are there any kind of rules for helping? I think that was what Tom or Hazel asked earlier. Can you spend your turn?
So,
CV.
also, before I roll
Yep.
strength plus brawl, this is sort of my turn reacting to him, so this is my opportunity to
So
rouse the blood if I want to.
Yes. Yeah, but this is the bit I'm not quite sure how it works, because generally combat is contested, but the way I see it, it's like he's gonna have a fight with someone to attack them, but everyone else he's probably just going to be defending. I don't know if I'm interpreting that right. So that's 1 success plus 1 for yours. So as he reaches back and tries to claw
Oh
at
wait,
your
that
head,
was me rousing the blood. So now I can add 2 to my...
You can. Because I'm assuming it's not 4 contested rolls, or is it? I don't know. Wow. Okay. So that's 5.
Can I favour?
Yeah, please, because he reaches back and tries to grab at your hair. You can feel that he's trying to pull you over him.
Oh, I go over, but I go over bringing him down onto his face.
Okay.
So I do a nice nimble little backflip. He just does a...
Sure.
You know the wrestling move where, like, as you go over the rope, you grab them by the head and then, like...
Yeah. You feel bones break as you do that. You feel the crunch of the bone. And yeah, he's on the floor now, but it's still alive and kicking. Who's next?
Is it me?
Feel
Yeah,
free.
if you want to.
Was he on the floor now, or is he sort of leant backwards over? Have you got him over your back with the garrote round his neck?
No, he's on the floor. I assume he pulls back, I backflip over, and he just goes straight down because
Okay.
I've brought him with me.
He's gone down. I'm going to rouse my blood, and I'm going to take an almighty kind of swing back my leg, and as hard as I can, kick him in the family jewels.
Okay.
So that'll be strength plus brawl plus strength with +2.
Okay. Bestial failure.
Is it always +2? Does my blood potency have anything to do with my blood surges?
I thought blood surge was. It should say on your character sheet. I think it's I think it adds a dice. It depends what your blood potency is. If you've got a blood potency of 2, it's 2
Oh, yeah.
dice.
So I've got 2 dice. Yeah.
Oh, I should only have 1. Shall we re-roll that then?
Well,
Oh, no, it
just-
adds 2
I'll
dice.
just-
Blood surge adds 2 dice. It says blood surge adds 2 dice on there, so we're fine.
Does it?
It says under mine.
Yeah, I think it's 1 and 2 for blood potency. You add 2, and then it goes up from there.
Okay.
I think.
Fair play.
So I remember looking at it and going, I don't get anything for being 2 blood potency.
So just describe what you do there, Tom.
So as he's gone down on his back, his legs he was sort of stood akimbo before, and he's fallen backwards. I've just stepped forward with one foot and brought the other one forward in a massive kick and just slammed into his nuts as he's fallen on the ground.
Yeah, he just looks like a cornered animal now. There's panic. He's completely messed up. One of his arms is completely broken. He's got a huge slit across his throat from the garrote. It's got a sort of the imprint of a gun handle in his head. Brass knuckles. Some of his teeth seem to have fallen out. He's looking bad. Has anyone not gone this round?
Me.
Has Hazel gone? Yeah.
So I'm going to rouse my blood. I'm fine. And then Gerard is going to move to kind of like stand over Ron, and he's just going to do a lot of like really heavy downward punches into aiming for his general head area, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be a gradual, like Gerard almost like losing his patience, where he's just gradually like punching a bit more harder and harder as time goes on.
Sure.
So tasting.
Okay, he's flailing around with his claws. He's absolutely it's like blindly flailing now. And you just wait for a moment and just smack straight in the face. He just stops moving.
There's no response to it. I'm just going to punch him again.
He's in torpor.
Yeah.
He's out.
Oh, I'm punching him again still.
Punching a body now.
You've seen the movies. You continue punching just in case. That's why you always double tap.
Gerard, stop.
I think he's spent, dear friend.
Right, yes. Of course.
Well, it's time to find that knuckle. But should we shove him in your boot?
Do we have to?
Well, I
Oh.
feel like a gift
Gonna
might go down well.
keep an eye on him for the time being.
Uh,
Madame, are you okay? You've taken quite a few clawings. And yourself, Hero?
I will wipe the blood from where he's smacked me across the face. I think he did, as well as under the chin. And can I make a rouse check to try and heal some superficial?
Sure. Okay.
So, how many times? Apparently, I can do that once per turn, but as we're out of combat, can I just do it again?
You can do it a few times, yeah. Okay, so Companion's got some updates on powers and blood potency. I'll have to check that out. Thanks, Davey. Still a bit new to this. Feeling a bit awkward in the combat, but hopefully I'll get the hang of it with a few more games. Yeah. Go for it. Anyone that wants to rouse the blood, but obviously it might increase your hunger.
So you'll see Madame wipe it away, and our saliva like closes wounds for when we bite people, doesn't it? Does it close our own? Would I just do a like, and they sort of suddenly start to seal up, and she looks absolutely
It probably
fine.
helps.
The
It's
hair
probably
out of place.
more for effect than anything, but yeah, you just channel the power of your vampire blood and wound closes very rapidly.
Meanwhile, Gerard is like, oh shit. Meanwhile, Gerard has probably like whipped his coat off and he's like offering it to the people who got quite hurt. It's like, do you need to like, I don't know, cover yourself, warm up a little?
We're
You need to take a second.
Kindred, darling. We're dead. We don't need to warm up.
Right, of
Hero
course.
will
Well, I
also
appreciate the gentleman.
Hero will. Well, this is going on. Hero's going to reach past where Gerard's handing out his coat and pass a clean handkerchief to Madam.
Thank you, my dear.
And just make awkward eye contact with Gerard at that point.
Can I look around for the changeling?
You still don't see anything.
My dear, I'll just say into the ether, now that we have ensured that this place can be yours and yours alone, would you do a kindness and let us know where he has hidden this finger bone thing?
Remove the nails.
Yes, and I'll start sweeping them off the pianos.
Just
As
in
you-
general knowledge, what do we know about changelings before Hero's going to let anyone start properly removing those nails? He's going to want to try and figure out what the feck this thing is.
Yeah, if anyone wants to roll occult plus intelligence.
Okay, I have a specialty in occult, so that gives me 1
Okay.
because I've got nothing other than that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh.
And then
You were a paranormal investigator.
and intelligence.
Oh.
Fuck all.
No.
I tried.
You can spend a willpower to re-roll it if you want, but you'd only re-roll once.
I'm not a smart boy. I'm not a smart boy.
We make Toreador look thick, Hero.
Barnabas, you do remember in the tales that the Fae hate cold iron. But cold iron isn't really a thing, it just means iron.
Let's just get all these nails out and we can have a conversation with the dear lady.
Madam, as you sweep the nails on the floor, you see that the top of the piano is actually nailed shut.
Oh, for goodness sake. Does anyone have a crowbar?
Hero will try and find something that can be used to like wedge in there, but he'll also say, by getting rid of the iron, just moving it around randomly probably isn't gonna help. So we might want to actually collect it up and take it outside. Just a thought. Just a thought.
I'll look for a broom.
And I also just try to rip the top of the piano open.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
So I'm going to do a little
Yeah.
rouse check.
Yeah, athletics. Your hunger increases.
I'm getting to
By
be a
one.
hungry boy. I'm going to have to eat
How
a lot
hungry
of rats.
are you?
I'm at 3 now.
Okay.
I'm going to have to eat a lot of rats when I get home.
Yeah, you're all looking for something to pry the lid off, and Gerard just...
Oh, God.
God.
Okay. Yeah, Gerard tries to rip it off. Unfortunately, he doesn't succeed, and he just starts to lose his temper. You can see him just he's like pulling at this thing and getting more and more angry. And in fact, I'm going to ask you to roll a willpower check, please.
One success.
Okay. Gerard is pissed off. He is stomping around the place now. He's kicking over stacks of books. He's
A tirade of French swear words.
and then
Le
he's back
mad!
at that piano is going to get a kick in.
Whilst he's stomping around, because I said Hero's going to quickly try and find something that he could use as to jimmy it, would he be able to just kind of find some kind of metal lever or something that can be used and just kind of...
Yeah, you find a bit of scrap, a bit of old shelf or something, and yeah, you can use that, and you start to lever it up, start prying the lid, and you manage to break it loose. The lid opens and falls off, and you see the inside of the piano and a little wooden box.
Madame? And can I just have a quick look to see if the piano seems like it's got any traps or anything abnormal in it? And I'm pretty sure Hero, as a musician, will have seen the innards of plenty pianos before, so...
I roll awareness plus intelligence, or I'll let you roll investigation plus wits, or whatever you... Oh, well. Go for whatever you think fits.
Yeah, he's not doing this as a smart boy. He's doing this as a boy who's seen piano, so we're going wits. 3 successes.
Okay, it looks like a normal piano. It's a little bit out of tune, but it looks fine, and the box is just resting on the strings. You don't see any traps or anything else.
Then he will take the box. He will turn to Madame. He will get down on one knee and offer it up to her.
Are you opening it to show her?
No, because that makes it a proposal.
Only if it's a ring.
Hey, it's a finger. It's close enough. It's too...
Who knows what's on the finger?
Oh, Hero, I didn't get you anything. And she will gladly take it and take a look inside.
Okay. You see, it's kind of strange looking thing. It does have the vague shape of a finger. Part of it does look like a finger bone, and then it widens at the end, and you can see it's almost designed to go through 2 fingers and be held with a thumb, almost like a wand in Harry Potter. It has a piece of bone sticking out the end of the silver, which you can see has been sharpened to an incredibly sharp point. Other than that, it's a bit weird looking. Just looks like a silver item about the size of a finger.
I'm going to call Z.
Okay. Yep. It rings. Answers again. First ring. Clearly just sat by the phone.
Yep.
Got it.
You got it.
Yes.
Bloody love you.
I know.
Right. Okay. Can you
We're
get
in
back here
Warwickshire.
tonight?
What
You're in
time is it? Tell
Warwickshire.
me.
Yeah, you can, madame. I think it's about, 1? How long is it going to take you to get back?
An hour and a half, 2 hours. Depends on traffic. Okay. Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Okay.
But are you in a secure location to talk? Is it just...
Yeah, it's just me and Eva, yeah.
Hero, if he can hear that, he will be shaking his head.
And you call me back when it's just you. No offense to Ava. I just want to speak you and me.
Okay. Should I be worried?
You? No. Call me back.
Okay. I won't forget this. All of you.
We'll see you
She
soon.
she hangs up. What do you want to do with Ron and the rest of the place?
What do we know about Torpor? Because we didn't do it through stake, so how long do we know?
It depends how old he is, what generation he is.
So it's the
You
same
don't-
effect as a staking. He'll still remain in Torpor for as long as...
I mean, you can stake him now to
would
make
that
sure
leave
that
him in...
yeah, it would stop him
then yeah.
leaking.
Stake
That
him.
would... Yeah.
Alternatively, you can burn him or cut his head off and
Oh
he will
no,
be dead.
stake. Hammer it in.
I like.
Okay.
We need a present. An additional present won't go down too badly, will it?
No.
And Hero also look around for anything to lay in the boot of his car so that he doesn't get Ron juices everywhere.
Oh yeah, Davey's like, you could diablerize him.
I've considered it. And I don't want to, but I don't know how the others feel about it. Shall we explain diablerization?
Please do, because it sounds amazing.
In effect, it is draining to the point of death a vampire of an older generation than yourself. You can absorb some of their power.
Potentially.
Yes.
but
Potentially.
Yes.
it's considered be like a heinous thing to do, and I don't know how the princes will feel about it.
And there's too many witnesses here. If it was just like 1 or 2 of us, but
Yeah,
there's
don't you
4
get
and
a-
painful.
Like stain on your aura and stuff. You get a stain on your humanity. You get people can tell you've done it if they can read auras for like a year. Vampires would be like,
Barnabas is not interested in power anyway. He's mostly interested in customers. So giving an additional present to 2 princes of England would be much more appealing than.
I can see the temptation with Hazel there.
I'm
I
see
really
the-
want
incredibly
to
like
jealous.
as well, Hazel.
Oh.
I really want to, but Hero wouldn't.
Well, it's up to you what you do with him. Are you taking him? You're taking him with you in the car. Yeah, you find some old sheets and some old newspapers to line the boot of your car.
Can I also maybe find a couple records of interest?
Sure, what are you looking for? Most of
Anything
it
that is
seems
smooth jazz.
okay. There's a lot of smooth jazz. Bizarrely, it is a weird selection. But there is also a lot of classical records, but quite old ones from sort of the 1920s through to the 1960s.
I would like to find a nice old obscure French recording, and I
Okay,
want to keep it away from Gerard at this point.
okay, sure. Yeah, you find something with no issue.
Conversely, I was going to say, to try and calm himself down from his little bestial rage, Gerard would probably be in a away from everyone else, singing to himself in French, and it'd be a particularly well-known French tune by Edith Piaf, called
No?
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably break one of the pianos, kick a leg out from under it, smash it up a bit. But yeah, ultimately, yeah, nothing too bad
Oh.
happens.
David's ruined. That Davy has ruined the Diablo-izing. Ron could end up in Hero's body. No,
I'd
no,
love to see Hazel playing Hero as Ron.
no! You leave my boy alone.
That makes it more tantalizing for
Our
me.
old Hero.
Leave my boy alone. I nearly love him as much as I love Alexander. Just hurt my boy.
Okay, that didn't take long.
Yeah, I
What-
love him as much as Stool. Just
Fair enough.
clarifying.
Are you as you're stood in this room,
Ignore that. I just want to see how well I do.
it's not the best rendition ever, Gerard. It's actually quite out of tune, and the beast is clearly not helping.
Regrettoria.
It's
slowly
also
morphs into Frere Jacques as it goes.
with him being Nosferatu, I imagine his voice is actually kind of rather hoarse as well, and rather like gravelly.
That's Edith Piaf right there. You're doing a great impression.
As you're all talking, you see Gerard, you see something below you as you're calming down gradually. You see this arm sort of peel out of this crack in the floor. You see the wrist sort of dislocate, and in it is a little vine with a red flower on, and it just drops it and then cracks and crunches, and you see the arm disappear back into the floor.
I will
An old friend.
take the flower and attach it to my coat next to my cockard.
Sure. It doesn't start to wilt just yet.
I'll give an awkward thank you to nothing, and then go to that room and start rummaging through the collection of classical scores and everything, looking for what Hero has already taken, effectively.
Yeah, you don't find anything, unfortunately.
Yeah. So then I guess I just go and help everyone move Ron into the...
Yeah, Hero
the
would ask Barnabas and Gerard to take him because Ron is... Hero does not want to touch Ron, and Hero also doesn't want Madam to touch Ron. But he'll ask nicely.
Are you leaving the nails where they are?
Taking them all out.
You're taking them all out.
At
Okay.
least, yeah, I will do anyway if no one else is.
Oh, I'll take a few. Probably find
As it
use for them.
sounds like we're wrapping up, can we do a last cursory check if this person lived here and they dealt in information? Maybe they have a USB or some papers or something that could be interesting.
Sure, have a look around.
I will help.
I will too. I'll investigate.
What's the
What
role?
Yeah.
It is awareness or investigation plus intelligence or wits. Okay. What kind of thing are you looking for out of interest?
Secrets.
I would be looking for any sort of information that pertains to what he was on about with respect to the deal that the Prince of Warwickshire was doing. If he's written anything down, if any information on him, anything incriminating.
Meanwhile, I'll focus for looking for things that kind of like can demonstrate the tie and the deal he had with Ava. But I'll just grab anything. But my focus is
Okay.
looking for things that would tie
Sure.
to her.
As you all look through these papers and files and such, I think with those roles, Barnabas and Gerard, you quickly realise that these aren't Ron's. These belong to, well, whoever it is that dwells here. And after a few minutes, and almost Gerard and Barnabas, you kind of find it at the same time. You just find a piece of sheet music, and whereas the other is printed, this is handwritten. And it's just at the top, it just says Aoife's song, written in very flowery handwriting.
Does it match the
Spell.
handwriting on the ticket?
It doesn't, no.
Can I pick it up and play a few notes on the piano at the beginning of the song?
Sure. Yeah, you pick it up. You start to play it.
Spell it out. Spell out the notes.
It's
Or is
playing.
it not that complex?
It's playing. It's kind of beautiful. It's trying to be uplifting, but there's a bit of a sadness to it.
Oh, this makes me very sad.
It makes you feel lonely. Very lonely.
Barnabas will play it through as far as he can, and as he draws to a conclusion, he says, to no one in particular, I'll visit you on my way through.
Thank you. And you don't
Just leave.
You don't hear anything else. There's no cracking, crunching, but most importantly, there's no crying anymore. And as you load Ron into the car and get ready to leave to head back to Croydon, you hear the piano start up again.
As those two are carrying Ron to the car, Hero would like to sidle up to Madam. So after all this, something is going to be done about Ava, right?
Yes, I would hope so.
And we're aware that something is up with Z.
What do you mean something is up with the Z? I've lost my Cockney accent. What do you mean?
Well, he seems to have an awareness of things that he shouldn't be having, and he is very close with Ava. Do you think that we can trust him?
Yes. Yes, I do. They have done something to protect Croydon, but the point is it's protecting Croydon. Ava just put it in danger.
Do you think that they will be able to continue protecting Croydon?
I
This
know this
whole
doesn't
thing
look
is
good. Sorry, go on.
this whole charade has maybe brought their ability into question. The way in which it will look to other princes.
It does not have to look that way. It can look like a moment in 10 years where we have not fallen where London did. I trust them. Working with
And
Markov,
do you have your eyes?
however unlikable he may be, it is an example of what we can achieve by working together rather than being at one another's throats constantly.
Do you have your eyes set on Ava's position?
I would like to be closer to the prince. For you.
I know it doesn't. I know it doesn't mean much, but you would have my support.
In return for what?
A kindness every now and then.
Every now and then. Not just one.
Well, you see, I'm in a band, and he'll get out like a flyer for his band that he keeps in his top pocket. So I know it's not what you normally have at your club, but I think it'd be good for you every now and then to maybe have like a rock night, get in a wider crowd.
I will take the flyer. I know we've had this conversation before, but yes, I am willing to reconsider.
And in all seriousness, I sometimes just want to be part of the discussion.
I agree. There are too many of us in Croydon now for one person to be making all of the decisions. However much I trust C.
And I trust you now, and if you trust him, then I'll follow lead.
Good to know. Thank
And
you
with
for
a
that.
little hop, skip, and a jump, he'll go off towards his car.
Okay. Gerard, Barnabas, any last acts or last thoughts before you drive back?
Just as everyone else is heading over to the car, Gerard will take a second to dip back into the church, having had a bit of time to think briefly on that little song. And he'll walk over to one of the nearby pianos and he'll just go, a little gift for a gift. So you know you've got a friend somewhere. And he'll take his little cockard off and he'll leave it on one of the pianos. And then he'll kind of sigh because he's carried it around with him for pretty much since he left France, and then wander back to the car and like pull his hood up, seeing as there's no longer room in the boot for him, and he'll just kind of like sink into the back seat so he's less obvious. And I like just cross his arms and sit there in silence for as long as possible.
Gerard, do we need to get you to eat before we get back?
I can resolve it when I get to Croydon.
Okay.
Barnabas, anything else?
Just sitting there, playing quietly with Brannon on the back seat.
As
Oh.
I was going to say, as Hero starts driving, this time he won't have the radio on. It'll be quiet. He'll open the window, and if Gerard listens closely enough, he will be able to hear Hero very quietly singing Je ne regrette rien. I can
Yeah.
never remember the actual title. Do I need to role perform?
No, not unless you really want to go
I
for
don't
it.
want to. It's all I'm good at. I've got speciality in it as well.
You can. Let's make it the last roll of the session.
I'm gonna.
You just don't want to
It's gonna
bestial
be
failure
epic
while
fail.
singing.
Ram the
Crash
car off the road.
Oh, okay, no, that's not. No, it's actually quite a beautiful rendition, considering you play in a rock band. It's
Hey, the boy
actually
can
quite
sing.
hauntingly beautiful, inspired by the music you heard before. You sort of feed this loneliness into it, and everyone goes quiet and contemplates. And as you drive, probably fast enough to make progress, but not too fast to draw attention to yourself, down south, you fly through the Warwickshire countryside, past old churches, and at one point you see the castle in Warwickshire as you make your way home. And we will leave it there for now, with stuff still to be resolved. Coventry have been successful. Yeah, we'll just leave it there.
I
So-
thought I was gonna die.
It's
Ooh,
weird.
the sounds.
It's weird having a fight where you're not limited in the way
I
that like
know.
D&D limits you, where you've got to, okay, well I can do this action and that bonus action and this movement. You're like, what the hell do I do? It was fun.
I like this tune. We didn't go to the snake pit, so we didn't get to
We'll
hear
go
it.
back to the snake pit and celebrate.
Yeah, we've got Toreadors without much celerity. Has anyone got celerity? No,
I think so.
no.
I
Nobody.
wanted all specs instead. I want to see the unseen and whatever else is I can do.
That's good. Well done. Well done. I didn't know if you were going to get horribly murdered by foul old Ron, but he didn't.
I
So,
thought you were
yeah.
going to do when it first started. I was preparing to run away.
Yeah, at the
Yeah.
start when you were all missing and stuff, I was like, oh dear, this is gonna go bad. But yeah, I think we've got enough threads still open to have some other games in future.
And
If
we get
people are
another
interested.
experience point.
You get another. In fact, you get 2 experience points,
Ooh.
so you should have 4 in total now. Maybe someone should get some celerity.
See,
This is a tune, right? I know it's epidemic music, but this is quite a tune, and I think it's very
Yeah, I really
on
like
theme.
this.
Yeah, it's on theme.
can I out of just above table hero?
Yeah, let's do a bit of a sum up and thoughts, really.
What? Oh. I'm just wondering that. I trust Davy's opinion, and I'm like, maybe I should rebuild Madam a little bit. So you don't have celerity at all?
No.
Nah. What did you take?
I can't even remember.
I took
Oh.
2 in presence, 1 in dominate, and 1 in all specs.
I will need to look.
So yeah, I think we've all realised none of us are built for battle, but then I don't think battle happens much in Vampire, so I didn't think it was
No,
that important.
I built my character, so I had a little bit of melee, a little bit of brawl, but he's been an entertainer for a long time, so that's his primary.
Yeah.
Because I think we're all aware he's not.
Everyone's jigging a little bit, I notice.
His attitude is very much a front, so there's obviously more going on there. But yeah, he wasn't built for wasn't built for fighting.
No.
One of us is definitely about the sneaking about, finding things out, not so much about the fighting.
Yeah.
Sneaking
Gerard's-
about, finding things out. It rhymed.
Gerard's got some strength and some brawl, but he's predominantly the same as Barnabas. He's all about stealth and doing crimes.
There's no wrong way to
Telling you,
play
Gerard,
this game.
don't do the crime.
Don't do crime.
And just for interest, because I know Davey had a good theory on the cracky bone lady. She is a sluar from. It's a changeling. It's a kind of changeling. And they're kind of they're quite
Close.
solitary, and they like to collect things effectively because they don't generally have any friends. They're kind of shunned by their own kind a little bit, so they're quite solitary.
I said it
And-
might be something supernatural, but I didn't
You
think you'd
did.
introduce that.
You did. No, well, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a hint that the World of Darkness is more than just vampires. And that's probably the more obscure one, but they have an ability to basically like pop out all their bones and
Really
change
cool.
the shape of their body in a kind of gross way. And actually, if anyone with heightened senses that have, and maybe Gerard would have seen her up close, you would see that she's kind of a bit like a Nosferatu. She's quite hideous. The face that you all saw was her mortal face, effectively. Because changelings are kind of mortals with a supernatural essence, glamour, I guess. But yeah, I think Davey's right. A little bit of physical disciplines do go a long way. So
Well,
we
be-
can look
to
at
be-
that.
well, I was just going to say, I was going to ask about shuffling around some of my attribute points, because I've got some attributes that I don't seem to really have much use for at the moment, that are also quite high.
At the moment, but it was a very specific heist type. I don't know what stats you're referring to, but yeah, I'm happy for people to rejig stuff. It ultimately, I mean, don't change them too much. You don't want to lose who they are, but it was the first time playing. We didn't know what we were getting into, did we? But it was good fun.
It's our first time, as I think we've said for the Chronicle, that will happen. We'll get to know how we know each other a bit better, so we'll know our skills, but we didn't know how everyone had built everyone else going in. So I just assumed there'd be one person who could come back.
Yeah. Oh, we've got 51 followers now. Thank you very much, Ghostboy832, Chiama of Dela, and Hidden Shrine. All three of those have followed tonight, so thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I hope we haven't. Well, I hope I haven't butchered Vampire too much. I think the guys and girls did a great job role playing their characters. I really
So-
want to see more of them.
I was going to say, is this a sign that more people want to see Vampire the Masquerade as something that is streamed? Just putting it out there, asking the questions.
It seems that way, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been
done
fun. It's
better.
been something different to do.
So
Thanks,
we've
Davey.
won- Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your support.
Yeah, thanks for your
Yeah,
help.
thanks,
We
Davey.
really
You've been a
appreciate it.
big support and like answering rule questions in chat as well. It's been a big help. I've not played since 2nd edition in the 90s, so that's showing my age, and it's changed a lot. So yeah, it was good. It was interesting for me because like second episode, you like I could tell you were kind of gagging for a fight a little bit, and when you went into the tunnel, it was like this is going to kick off. It's going to kick off, and then it didn't. You kind of was like, no, this isn't the right place. These aren't the right people. But it was interesting tonight. It felt like you didn't want it to kick off. It was the complete opposite. It was like it's going to kick off, but no. There was that uncertainty. You didn't really know what he could do, and he did have some nasty things which I was about to use, but you really like the four of you all together. beat the crap out of him.
It's really, I think it's reflective of us, our first outing as a coterie as well, in that I don't know what. I know Tom's there somewhere. I know Barnabas is there. Barnabas, help.
Barnabas.
Barnabas is there somewhere, but I don't know what he can do or if he's gonna do it. So like, I guess I'm triggering this. I really
Gary.
hope you're there.
Gary
Sort of it's a
has also
gambit.
followed us. Another follower. Thank you, Gary.
With that setup with Barnabas, it's a gambit you kind of, once you embark upon, you can't back out of unless it's gonna, you gotta wait for maximum effect, haven't you? So I'm kind of stuck there, not being able to say anything or contribute until I reveal myself.
It's very awkward, and as a stealth-based character, to be like, especially when you've got like, if I hide behind something and become virtually invisible, if I make any noise, then suddenly I'm visible again. So I'm like, just have to sit here in silence until I can add something.
Very true. I like the fact that a lot of it doesn't need it; it just works, unless you do something differently. It was good, but yeah, I can imagine it's a bit. I thought that was beautiful at the end when you went and put your little.
Cards on
I
there.
probably should put your card. I should probably put the art up. So this is some art that I did in Midjourney AI with, to be fair, quite a lot of photoshopping on this image. But this is this. I'll show you all the characters now. We've got a bit more space to do so. So that's Gerard there, and you can see on his little lapel, little cockard from, well, just hint at his past in France.
You're gonna
So,
have
yeah, I
to
thought
lose
that
that to a lovely red flower now.
It was beautiful that you left that behind. I thought oh, that's actually quite sweet. And Hero has clearly been desperate for someone to be his friend for the last 2 episodes, trying to get people to visit his lovely lair that looks somewhat like a serial killer's basement.
Hey, Hero has been desperate for a friend. I was like,
I think so too. Yeah.
right.
So yeah,
Aw.
let's flip up all the characters. There's Hero. Yeah, we got loads of Toreador with 2 with no celerity. What are the chances?
I nearly made a Toreador.
I
as
know.
well.
And then this is Madame
relieved.
there. You're glad to, yeah, it would have been a party all Toreador would have been. Again, this is all Midjourney AI. If anyone has not checked it out, it's well worth a go. Again, there's a lot of photoshopping goes into these to make them not nightmare fuel, but you can get some good stuff. And then, and I have to say, sorry to the other 3, but my favourite is Tom, who jokingly, we said we were going to dress up on the first stream, and Tom was like, who can I dress up that I look like? And jokingly, he said Elton John. So of course we made this art. So this is Barnabas, could be an Elton John impersonator with his pet raven, Brannan. Love it. I love it.
We're gonna get you a wig. We're gonna get you a little raven puppet.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go well over the top. And all the music, of course. Yeah. Well, you did.
The tattoo.
Too.
Hey, V, if we get 100 subscribers,
Fuck off.
100 subscribers, you'll get the tattoo. Okay.
Nice.
I will. I will cut my hair and wear a lot of like rave style paint splattered clothes. I'd get a tattoo at 100 subscribers. That's not a problem. If anyone wants to make that a thing,
You just want an excuse to get a tattoo.
Yeah.
that is fine.
I will add to the nerd quiz a sort of, I think, a horror round for all the people that have subscribed because of.
Right.
It feels like because of Vampire, because we really boosted it through playing this over the past 3 weeks. So yeah.
Yeah, it just there's clearly not enough vampire played out there, so
Davey is
let's
a
do
fan
some
of the
more.
Raven puppet, so I believe we should get a Raven puppet, and it should become called Davey.
Have you not got your Strahd nearby?
Got one in my
Yeah,
Amazon bucket.
Oh, okay. Have you got your vampire puppet? He's not made an appearance.
That's because Strahd doesn't exist in this world.
No,
We
no.
don't need any more Strahds. That's the sort
You
of
know-
Camarilla bastard
Y-
that we don't need. And hello.
You know that somewhere in Croydon there is a vampire who does like to cosplay as Strahd. You know there is.
Be Gerard.
We're over
Yeah,
50
yeah,
followers
yeah.
now.
53. We got 4 tonight. I don't know. That's got to be the most ever in one stream. Oh, so well.
Love that.
Thanks, guys. Sorry to cut it off there. I know there's probably loads more stuff you want to do, but we leave something for the future. A little werewolf howl, just as a bit of a hint that if you go to Warwickshire again, that could be something you face. Yeah, so I think we'll wrap it up then. Thank you, Davey. Thanks everyone for watching. Really appreciate it. We will do more. I don't know when exactly. It'll probably be individual stories for a while. Maybe we'll do an ongoing campaign at some point in the near future. We just got to finish a couple of the other games first. Yeah, join the Discord if you like. We will post some stuff on there. We'll create a little vampire area maybe, and we'll let you know when the next one is.
We play Curse of Strahd, which features me, and Out of the Abyss, every Sunday around 7 p.m. GMT. But I'm going to kill them all really soon, so Curse of Strahd will be finished and we can play more Vampire the Masquerade.
You're gonna kill us so you can play Vampire the Masquerade.
Doesn't sound that far off.
No, it seems legit. We've only got one original party member left, so on that note,
1.5.
thank you everyone. 1.5, yeah. I'm gonna stop the stream. So, we should probably raid somewhere, but I don't know where there is to raid. Let's have a quick look. Table story, if that's okay. We'll ping over there. Thanks again. We'll see you soon. And I've said that, and now it's
Bye.
gonna take like 5 seconds to, it'll just like draw it out. It's a bit
Awkward
awkward.
wait.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward. And I think we're over.
We are.